Welcome to our channel. Meghann Fahy and Eve Hewson's overnight success is more than a decade in the making. Meghann Fahy and Eve Hewson, two of the stars of Netflix's whodunit, The Perfect Couple, have news for you if you want to call them breakouts. They've been working in this business for more than a decade. Fahy made her TV debut in 2009 in an episode of Gossip Girl. Hewson's first big film role was in 2011's This Must Be the Place. They do concede, however, that its recent TV roles, The White Lotus for Fahy and Bad Sisters for Hewson, that have led to new frontiers of opportunity. Susanne Bier, who directed The Perfect Couple, says both Fahy and Hewson are going to be big stars. They certainly have profound star quality, both of them in very different ways, Bier says. Both are incredibly creative, incredibly smart, and also have an impressive insight as to who they are. You can be a great actor or actress and not necessarily really know who you are yourself, and they do. Hewson, 33, whose dad is U2 frontman Bono, may have grown up in a famous family, but she's now in demand in her own right. She will next be seen in a second season of Bad Sisters, out in November. She's in Noah Baumbach's next film, alongside Adam Sandler, George Clooney, and Riley Keough. She's also been cast in Steven Spielberg's next production and is set to star opposite Murray Bartlett in a racing series for Hulu. Fahy, 34, is in production on a limited series with Julianne and Millie Alcock called Sirens, written by Molly Smith-Metzler, made for Netflix. She also has 2 films in the can with Josh O'Connor, The Crown, Challengers, and Brandon Sklenar, It Ends With Us. The 2 actors spoke candidly with the Associated Press about this phase of their careers. This interview has been condensed for clarity and brevity. AP, you've both had popular, zeitgeisty TV shows in recent years. TV fans are particularly passionate. Have you experienced any interesting interactions with fans? Hewson, it's actually really fun to experience because even when we were in Cape Cod shooting The Perfect Couple, I would go to the local shop to get my groceries and little old ladies would follow me down the aisle and be like, "Excuse me, are you that girl from that Sisters show?" Who knew that they were watching it? It doesn't change my life, so it doesn't bother me, but when someone comes up to me and says that they love the show, especially when it's someone unexpected, I'm like, oh cool. Fahy, it's not happening so much to me that it feels like a huge imposition or anything. I feel like I've been really lucky. A lot of the people that I've met who have been a fan of the White Lotus, or whatever, they're really sweet people, and I think part of why we do this is because we want to tell stories that people can connect to and play out scenarios for themselves. So I think it's always really nice. AP, what's it like to now be a part of conversations about who to watch? Fahy, part of it feels really nice because you work really hard for a really long time. Maybe that's not how it happens for a lot of people, but I feel like we've both been doing this for a minute. So, of course, it feels really good, but I try not to dwell on any of it. I try to acknowledge it and be like, oh, that's so nice, and then just kind of keep going. Hewson, you hear so many stories of people who were like, I walked into my first audition and I just became a star. Or there's this element of being an actor where people don't want to tell you how hard they work. They want it to look like it's really easy. But we've been doing this for a long time. People just don't really tell those stories. It's usually about the one that was found on the street. Fahy, yeah, you took 15 years to become an overnight success. AP, do you notice you're now treated differently by people in the industry? Fahy, yeah, but I always think that nobody ever knows who I am. It's always very embarrassing. I embarrass myself in those moments. I don't always feel like I fit in those rooms. Hewson, what's nice is, I've spent so long going into a room, and people just being like, "Oak," and act like they're just not getting it. I know at least like I have work that people understand. What I'm doing a little bit more, so they get me as an actor.